Vielleicht sind es auch nur meine Zuschauer, weil wir sind, muss natürlich dazu sagen, auch eine eher einfach gestrickte Community. Ne? Bei uns geht es wirklich um die absoluten Grundbedürfnisse des Lebens. Sex, Drugs und Dirty House Music, so, das ist natürlich das, worum es bei uns ja hauptsächlich geht.
Challenge would be no match for this Gannon, because his stomach can fit up to 8 fish at once. Although that's extremely impressive, I do wonder how his stomach feels afterwards.
And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me, you know? And so a friend of mine who's a spiritual teacher has a really good take. His name is Jeff Foster. His take on it is that they should change, you know, you should think of the word of depressed as deep rest. Deep rest. Your body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play.
Also Herr Watt zum Beispiel, der ehemalige Militärberater von Frau Merkel, hat in Interviews ganz eindringlich gewarnt. Und es ist doch klar, Russland ist eine Atommacht. Und wenn man irgendwie sich also immer stärker in den Krieg hineinbegibt, an dem eine Atommacht beteiligt ist, dann läuft man genau Gefahr, dass es tatsächlich auch einen solchen eskalierenden Krieg gibt. Und wir kennen das aus der Geschichte.
Wie schaut so ein Sieg dann aus? Heißt das, Herr Biden sagt, der Schutz Putin, was passiert dann? Das Feld ist ja verschiedene Länder quasi. Was passiert in das Feld? Islamische Länder haben Atomwaffen. Das ist natürlich die Frage, wie schaut es eigentlich aus? Das heißt, mein persönliches Ding ist, was passiert ist.
Once you have drawn it and you are happy with the results, all you need to do is take a picture of each of these, make sure that the picture is like a close-up of all these elements and the picture is of good quality also.
So here you get to select the first color. So let's go with let's go with this one. Okay, wait for it. So every other panel turns that color, including the rims. So we wait for that color, there you go. And now we can select the second color. So let's go with this one. Okay, let's see. Here it goes. And you see what's happening now is the different voltages are going through those panels until the specific voltage program has been found, and then it comes to the surface. I'm getting nods from Stella over there, like, you did it! You did it! You said it right! The sound has stopped, right? So then I can put my foot back on the accelerator, off we go. It actually responds to the speed. I love how this is pulsing as well. It's like a heartbeat. There's the cyclist. Now, collision warning, what I've actually felt is a vibration in my seat. So not only do I see that the cyclist is near me, I can feel it. Move this across. Look at this. Look, you've got these little butterfly creature things in the real world and also on your screen. So it's merging reality and virtual reality together. And then you go across like this and watch what happens. Now you're in a full virtual world, and these projectors here are actually projecting onto the side windows as well. Do you see that? So you're in a full immersive virtual world. How cool is that, you guys? Look at this. Right.
I can hear something. Like a bus. That's getting really close, huh? That is really... You crazy? What the hell is... What the hell is... Are you crazy? I've been trying to get my hands on this car for like a year. This is like my favorite car like ever. Where's Alex though?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm here.
Aren't you the intern though? How come you get to drive these crazy cars? I've been wanting this for like a year.
Well, you're not blonde, Serge. I don't know if you know that.
Oh my god. Okay.
Look at it. All custom.
What if I told you that there was a company so powerful on the planet today that it affects almost every single aspect of our lives? A company that is so rich that they hold more assets than the GDP of every single country in the world except for 2. A company that is the single largest investor in the destruction of our planet's forests and the largest money contributor to the fossil fuels industry. And what if I also told you that it's very likely you are responsible for the funding of this company and allowing it to do what it does? And even if you tried your absolute hardest, it would almost be impossible for you to stop giving them money. The scary fact is that this company does exist, and you have most likely never heard its name before. The company is BlackRock. I'm splitting this video into two parts, the problem and the solution. This could be the most important video I've made.
And you know what? I have no doubt that he will. Alex Zanardi, the one who raced a garbage bin go-kart, who drove Formula 3000 after getting run over by a car, who nearly died on many an occasion, only to come back stronger than ever and prove time after time that there was no such thing as defeat, only opportunities to learn and improve and come back again for the gold. Alex, we know you'll win this battle too. And we'll all be was in practice and finding his groove at the legendary Spa circuit. And as he came up on the iconic Eau Rouge bend, the Lotus began to act kinda strange. It was a failure in the act was in practice and finding his groove at the legendary Spa circuit. And as he came up on the iconic Eau Rouge bend, the Lotus began to act kinda strange. It was a failure in the active suspension system, and like with far too many Lotuses, it was a failure at the absolute worst time. Alex lost control at high speed and spun violently into the gravel trap, but with the momentum he was carrying, it went through the gravel trap and into the wall. When the medics got to him, he was completely unconscious. He had suffered a huge blow to the head, and when they got him to the hospital, they concluded that he had had a severe concussion, one that would put him out of a race car for months, stuck in a bed with constant dizziness, pain, and nausea for the foreseeable future. The only plus was that the doctors told him he was over 3 centimeters taller now. That's over an inch, because the G-forces from the crash were so intense that it pulled his spine apart and made it tall. Not only did Alex miss the rest of the 93 season,
you arrive
he even
at
missed
999 steps, all of which lead to Heaven's Gate, which is a natural rock arch in the mountainside. No vehicle has ever been able to do both the road and climb the steps to reach the Heaven's Gate. That was until Range Rover literally made an event out of it and accomplished the feat. The vehicle in question was the Range Rover Sport P400e plug-in hybrid and was driven by Ho Pin Tung, Le Mans 24-hour winner and driver for Panasonic Jaguar Racing in the Formula E Racing Series. As you can see in the video, doing the challenge took both a great driver and a great car, so Range Rover should be proud of themselves for pulling it off. Number 8. The Jaguar Barrel Roll. Now remember that Terry Grant guy from before? You know, the guy who did the 360 loop in a Jaguar that he needed 2 months of prep to withstand? Well, that's not the only record that he's broken in a Jaguar. In fact, he broke another one in an equally insane stunt to help welcome the Jaguar E-Pace into the world. Jaguar's compact performance SUV achieved an epic 15.3 meter long jump that was complete with a 270-degree corkscrew-like barrel roll. And to make it clear just how much of a challenge this was, Terry Grant experienced a stomach-turning 5.5 Gs over the course of the flip. Yet not only did he do it, he was also able to land without any problems, cementing the record and giving the E-Pace a great way to begin its life on the road. Now yes, some would note that he not only took off from a ramp and then landed on a dirt ramp on the other side of the barrel roll, but do you think that you could do that and land it on the first try? And again, the G-forces that are pressed onto Terry's body is more than enough to hurt you if you're not actually prepared for it. I should also mention that the jolt of landing, which you can see in the clip, could also destroy you if you're not focused and don't recover from it quickly. Terry has actually set over 20 world records doing stunts like this one, and that makes him clearly the man. Number 11, well, is a motorized tailgate that can be used as a patio. The substantially expanded pickup truck is 8 times larger, weighing more than 50 tons, which is a lot more than its predecessor. It also comes with a full kitchen, a lounge with all the modern conveniences, and it can be accessed from beneath the vehicle by a set of stairs leading down from the engine compartment.
And it's not very big, but it's to move it only for small distance.
Even more astonishing is that it's not just a showpiece, it actually drives around. thanks to the assistance of an earth mover's engine. It's an exact replica of the original normal-sized vehicle, but with all of the brakes, steering linkages, and suspension arms intact. It is, of course, painted in its original colors, and like all of the Rainbow Chic's cars, it's registered to drive on Abu Dhabi roadways. Number 8. Number 13. Boeing 727 Jet Limousine. This Boeing 727-24C has had its wings and tail chopped off and attached to a Mercedes-Benz bus. One can only presume that the goal was to come up with a unique but still luxurious method to go by vehicle, while also finding a new purpose for an airplane that was no longer capable of flying. Although the jet limo is now in the United States, it would originate in Mexico. Vaca Limousines, located in Guadalajara, created the contraption. It also is the country's largest limousine service that serves as a vehicle dealership. Vaca would dismantle the plane, removing the wings and tails, and then slap the body onto a Mercedes-Benz bus with up to 40 seats. The majority of the cockpit remained retained, but a steering wheel was installed for obvious reasons, and the original turbo diesel engine is still present in the jet limo, which weighs 24,000 pounds when it's fully fueled and is 53 feet in length. Eventually, it became available for purchase on eBay, where it boasted such features as a sunken living area with a dance floor, a large screen television, a fireplace, and a complete bar. Number 12. Number 15. The Super SUV. In the United Arab Emirates, an Emirati sheikh created an amazing 10-wheeled vehicle using a military truck and a jeep. Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, an Abu Dhabi resident, posted photos of the SUV on his Instagram page and dubbed it the Dhabiyan. It's a cross between an Oshkosh M1075 military vehicle and a Jeep Wrangler. The vehicle's 35 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 10 feet tall, weighing in at a whopping 24 tons, and is described as the world's biggest SUV. It has a massive Caterpillar 15.2-liter 6-cylinder 600 horsepower engine, which originally powered the military vehicle that it's based on. Number 14. Number 14. The longest limousine in the world. This 1970s Cadillac Eldorado was recognized by Guinness World Records in the 1980s as the king of all limousines. This Cadillac is 30.5 meters long, having a mind-boggling total of 26 wheels, and, to put things into context, a typical semi-trailer only has 16 wheels. Aside from this, it included a pool and jacuzzi, a helicopter pad, an enormous waterbed, and, perhaps most strangely of all, 2 separate cabins for its 2 drivers, one in the front and the other in the rear. The one in the back would be in charge of guiding and maneuvering the rear wheels when the automobile was reversing or turning into a bend due to its sheer length. Unsurprisingly, it would spend a majority of its existence as a show vehicle, as it was never declared to be road legal and was transported on a trailer. It would then be abandoned in a warehouse in New Jersey until it once again reappeared in a terrible state earlier this decade. Thankfully, the Automotive Teaching Museum in New York would purchase it to serve as a study piece for students who were interested in automobile design and modification. Number 13.
We've all heard of people with odd talents, but this one probably takes the cake. His talent is to run several marathons with a pineapple balanced on his head.
Look at the top of his head.
You don't need any machines. If you're having trouble doing push-ups the normal way, imagine how difficult it is to do it by using only your fingertips. If you think that you're strong,
the Bullwinkle. The Bullwinkle oil platform is located in the Gulf of Mexico in the Green Canyon Block 65, roughly 160 miles southwest of New Orleans. It stands at 1,736 feet tall, with 1,352 of those feet below the surface of the water. The Bullwinkle is a fixed steel platform supported by piles. The platform was installed in 1988, and this large oil rig weighs in at 77,000 tons. At the time it was built, it was the third tallest freestanding structure ever built. Bullwinkle was owned by Fieldwood Energy, but in 2010, Superior Energy Services took over the Bullwinkle platform. It cost an estimated $500 million to construct. The jacket, which is the part of the platform that's submerged underwater, was built by Marine Gulf Fabricators from 1985 to 1988. The jacket was built in Ingleside, Texas, at the North Yard location, and then had to be moved out to sea. It was transported by a way of barge, and the jacket was the second tallest object ever moved, next to the trolley platform.
I got the message. The next activity was going to be a guided breathing.
We're going to go as deep as the deep sleep. We're going to go there where we regenerate. That's why we sleep, to get into the depth of our brain.
Now, these breathing exercises were not going to be easy. In fact, some people have even lost consciousness when attempting the harder levels.
Fully in by the belly, breathe in, and then the chest, and then you let it go. And then fully in again.
The harder levels.
Fully in. That's why we sleep. We're going to go.
Got a beautiful body, but put your clothes on, all right? Stop showing off, all right? I got the message. The next activity was going to be a guided breathing.
We're going to go as deep as the deep sleep. We're going to go there where we regenerate. That's why we sleep, to get into the depth of our brain.
Now, these breathing exercises were not going to be easy. In fact, some people have even lost consciousness when attempting the harder levels.
Fully in by the belly, breathe in, and then the chest, and then you let it go. And then fully in again. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, all in, let it go.
How a guided breathing works is that you're going to be performing a certain number of breaths and then holding for a specific set of time. But the time periods increase with each round.
Now comes the last one. All in. And then you let it go. And stop. No breathing. First round we will go for, say, 90 seconds.
The immediate sensation in my body was tingling from head to toe and an extreme presence of cold. This was unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life.
3, 2, 1. Fully in. Fully in. Hold it and squeeze it a little bit to your head. That is to bring cerebral spinal fluid to the head, extra.
My brain felt like there was a ton of oxygen, like literally in it.
That's life force.
Rounds 2 and 3 were similar to round 1. I had to constantly focus on maintaining a proper breathing pattern to make sure I did not panic when holding my breath for an extended period of time.
Let it go. Fully in. Let it go.
During round 3, I held my breath for over 2 minutes and didn't even realize it.
2, 1. Fully in. Hold it. 1. Let it go. Yeah, man.
Hello. Test. Yo, I'm hearing some crazy right now.
Last round, we go for 3 minutes. Without air in the lungs.
Last round, baby.
Fully in. Let it go.
During round 4, my mind took me to a place it had very rarely been, and I started having some very crazy thoughts. It was literally undescribable.
Fully in. Hold it and bring it a bit. Squeeze it to your head. And 3, and 2, and 1. And let it go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, it's your God.
That was the single-handedly most insane feeling and experience I've ever felt in my entire life. There was a moment I thought nothing. There was a good amount of time I genuinely wasn't thinking a single thing in the world. The only thing that came into my mind was like the sensory deprivation. I started thinking my mom, my dad, my sister, my girlfriend, like my family, like the people that like I think like care about the most. I thought about them, and it was just like not even like much deep thought. They just like came through my head, like holy. Ah, dude, I cannot describe that. Holy.
Okay.
Grim.
Yeah, man.
Dude, thank you for that.
Yeah, right
Holy,
on.
Bro. I'm like in shock right now.
If you think this is crazy, just wait till you see what is coming later in this video.
You're a good man.
This was by far the most euphoric feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. I'm in shock right now.
einen Ökoabdruck entstehen zu lassen. Und dann sehen wir, dass mittlerweile auch die großen Unternehmer der Welt, wie Elon Musk und viele andere, ihr Hauptgeld, ihr Hauptkapital, ihr Hauptmacht generieren, indem sie mit Ökozertifikaten handeln. Und dann sehen wir, dass mittlerweile die Wege, die Prozesse, wie ein Produkt entsteht, um eben einen Ökoabdruck entstehen zu lassen. Und dann sehen wir, dass mittlerweile auch die großen Unternehmer der Welt, wie Elon Musk und viele andere, ihr Hauptgeld, ihr Hauptkapital, ihr Hauptmacht generieren, indem sie mit Ökozertifikaten handeln, nicht mehr an der klassischen Börse, sondern eben an Emissionshandel sich beteiligen. Und dann werden wir alle in eine Welt hineingeführt, wo der Klimawandel uns alle umbringen wird, ja, wir gerade aus dieser Hölle, aus dieser Dante-Hölle noch irgendwo entkommen können, um dann irgendwo in diesen Ökohandel Teil von diesem neuen Geld.
Number 3. China's underwater tunnel. Lake Taihu is China's third largest freshwater lake and a popular tourist attraction. Rather than building a bridge and spoiling the scenery, China decided to tunnel underneath. With a length of almost 11 kilometers, it is now one of the longest highway tunnels in the world. Lake Taihu is situated in eastern China's Jiangsu province. The Taihu Tunnel connects the motorways of Changzhou, Suzhou, and Wuxi, and was built to greatly ease traffic congestion between Shanghai and Nanjing. While the Beipanjiang Bridge's main concern was weather conditions, there is no such concern for an underground tunnel. In fact, the biggest danger of this tunnel is that drivers could lose concentration while driving on a straight road for so long. This is why the road contains thousands of LED lights, so drivers will be visually stimulated throughout the entire trip. Underground tunnels can be built a number of different ways. The Channel Tunnel between France and
This is an SUV, the honey badger of the buggy world. Chainlink 4x4 doesn't care what obstacle is in its way, it will get over it. The only place you may have seen...
What up, man? Good to see you, Diablo.
All you people watching, do not try this at home with your excavator.
3-cylinder 148cc engine being fitted on later models. In stark contrast to the wispy Emma design, the Czech Bomberland built from 1925 to 1939 was built with heavy-duty, hard use in mind. The massive steel double cradle frame housed a 598 cubic centimeter single-cylinder OHV Liebisch 4-stroke engine, and the frame's top rails extended all the way back past the rear wheel. Twin fuel tanks were mounted at the rear of the frame, and aluminum disc wheels were used to save weight on the very long wheelbase machines. Some models were designed to seat 3 passengers. As manufacturers sought ways to refine and economize on the manufacturing process, pressed steel monocoque
with him to Boston.
How much does it cost to run the plane for a year, you were saying?
About $1 million.
This flight to Boston, like what does that cost?
$17,000.
Do you want me to Venmo you like $100? Like how do you think about your finances? You said like some of the stuff like crypto hasn't done well. Like how have you thought about your money and spending it, or like doing this kind of trip?
I think of the economy in phases and what cycle I think they're in. I think we're entering into a winter. And I think winter time is when the strongest come out and survive. The more that we take care of each other, the more we can help each other. That's what's truly going to create more value in our society. So I want to be part of the solution. How can I be part of the solution? Get healthy. Why? I just turned 50 years old. Who am I going to be when I turn 60? I can tell you who I'm going to be when
The sun's in my eyes here. Right.
Change gear.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got 3 gears.
Wow.
We'll go first to third. That way is down, this way is up.
Very cool.
You'll see me changing that as we go up. We've got this button here as well. It says Alpha Launch, but we've programmed it, sorry, for this event. It will be 20 seconds of another 300 horsepower. So when I press that, you'll really know we're going.
Awesome. Well, guys, I can't wait. He's actually got a YouTube channel, so I'm going to link it in. As a approximate race.
3-4 minutes. Yeah, it's just super.
That is wild.
More grip than you think.
The gripping of cars.
The crazy McLaren.
What does it weigh, do you know? You know it's going to be violent.
Nothing like it.
Holy shit! That is amazing.
Here's a tip. Never let a guy with a scope on his pool cue hustle you. Move and separate yourself from the pack if you want to win.
Around 155 miles an hour, and the 0 to 100 in just over 3 seconds. Let's take a look at the interior. All right, come over here. Now there is some super cool stuff happening in here. This car is about connecting you to your family and friends when you're not physically with them. And there are some things that they have come up with that I have never even thought possible. All right, come on in. Here you go. Now this right here, you got to check this out. When you buy this car, you get one of these wristbands. Now, this is not just to look cool like you've been to some DeLorean festival. This actually does some really cool stuff. Say you're leaving your daughter at home and you're going to work for the day. You give this to your daughter, and what it does is it detects your daughter's heartbeat, and you're going to feel it in the driver's seat here, as well as the body temperature of the person that you've given this to. Now, what is even cooler than that is when they want to send you a hug, they can do that virtually. You're going to feel it. The sides of the chair are actually going to come in and hug you. Now, what is even cooler than the hug, they can virtually send you a kiss. This is going to have an air vent that is going to put air on your neck in a way that it feels like you're getting a kiss on your neck. Does that make sense? I can't even explain it properly. It's so cool. Okay, in here, what is really cool is you're gonna have a choice. Watch.
Hyperdrive activated.
Dann stellen Sie den wieder auf den Gleis. Im Teleskopradar am Minibagger holen.
Ja, vielleicht haben die auch irgendwie irgendjemanden angeschleppt oder die dann auch genug Abschleppunternehmen können, weil Joachim, du kannst auch mal Geschichten erzählen. Ne? Also, du musst ja irgendwie wieder meinst du gestern diesen Mann? Guckst du in den Spiegel? Ja. Buff.
Look at this. So it's like the car is giving you a hug, right? You're coming in, you walk up to the car and it's like, come on in, welcome home. So come on in, guys. I need to show you what is happening inside. This is so freaking cool. All right, now, the first thing you're gonna see is the floor of the car. Look at this. The whole floor is a screen. The whole way back. So it kind of wraps you in whatever atmosphere you feel like being wrapped in the moment. It can be, you know, ocean waves, it can be a field of poppies, whatever mood you're in. You could be in a concert, you know, if you want to. You pump the music, you got the crowd beneath you on the floor. Now here, what do you do with this, right? I've been carrying this around. This is your steering wheel, because as you can see, look, no steering wheel. New technology over the last few years, and we are going to be seeing fully autonomous cars driving on the roads in, you know, a matter of years. These little triangle shapes here on the dash, you won't believe what they do. Look at that! What? That's like reptile skin, isn't it? I mean, this is pretty cool. Why does it do this? Because it's warning you of an object on the road that maybe you can't see. They're like the coolest features in here, obviously.
Opponent against the rope. We'll check as an example. In this sequence, Ladzilla has his hands down as he's pressuring his opponent against the ropes. He's purposely not attacking in order to invite an attack. The moment his opponent attacks, he leans back perfectly, just an inch out of range. Then he looks at him with absolute calm, knowing exactly what his opponent would do next, which was a low kick. Anticipating the kick and checking it perfectly in time, Ladzilla spikes his opponent's shin with his knee. This took him nearly no effort, and with only defense, he was able to damage his opponent. Just let that sink in for a second. Only true masters of baiting can pull this off. They can tease an opponent.
Your belief on how he passed away.
What's the story in the West? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know the story in the West? That there was...
How Bruce Lee died?
They said it was a couple.
Yeah.
They said he upset it because of his success in the film industry and taking the martial arts around the world, that he upset it, the triads, mafia organization.
No.
Okay, that wasn't true.
Bremser
für wirklich maßgebliche und auch langfristige Lockerungen sind die Ungeimpften.
Wenn Sie und Ihre Freundinnen der Freiheit sich einfach hätten impfen lassen, als die meisten von uns so vernünftig waren und diesen einfachen Schritt gegangen sind, dann wäre ich jetzt wieder frei.
Boah, noch hysterischer geht kaum. Aber immerhin hat uns Lauterbach ja
of what I talked about.
Which was what?
I talked about sex.
Yes, you talked about how to have sex.